What is going on with all of the young white people now traveling with backpacks instead of suitcases? Think you're better than me? You think you're a real traveler because you have a huge backpack on? How far did you hike to get here? How many mountains did you climb? Oh, wait, you took a taxi from the airport? Grow up. Get a wheeled suitcase, please. Stop pretending you are some adventurer on an uncharted trail. You are in Canggu, Bali. I have done 3 trips to Asia this year. The first 2 of them, I had this backpack, and on the last one, I switched to this suitcase. And I am never going back. It's so much better. I regret even buying this. It's a great backpack, but the suitcase is just a lot better. And a suitcase is better 99.9% of the time. It's not even up for debate. This is a stupid way to travel. You don't see old people do it, possibly because they have back problems or whatever. And you never see Asia. And the whole time I was in Asia, it was only Westerners wearing backpacks. All the Asians get around with suitcases. This is impractical. You wear it on your back, it's hot, it's heavy, you can't sit down. It's like, it takes time to put it on and off. And don't even get me started on the people wearing a backpack on their back. And they'll have another one on their front. It's like, because their backpack's too big for carry-on, so they'll check in one bag and they'll have another one on their front. You look stupid. You are at risk. You might fall over, and you're probably really easy to mug. If you're holding your phone out like this, like I see so many people doing, and you've got 2 backpacks on, and someone grabs it, like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, wait. Put them both on the ground and then chase after them. I bought this to go to the Philippines because the group tour I was doing recommended a backpack rather than a suitcase. This is better than a hiking backpack for travel because it doesn't have a bunch of straps and shit all over it. All of this will get caught on stuff really easily, and you can only pack and unpack it from the top. So if you have like clothes in there, you got to reach all the way in. This travel backpack's way more practical for like checking in on a plane and stuff. And as you can see, the actual backpack straps can stow away there, so it can just be used as a duffel bag, and you can check it in and it won't get stuck on the conveyor belts. So I had it like this most of the time. Now, do you want to guess, in 1 month in the Philippines, how many times I undid this and had the actual backpack straps out to use it as a backpack rather than just carrying it as a duffel bag? That's right, I undid this 0 times. The entire trip I was using it as a duffel bag. There was no time when I actually needed a backpack with straps to go on a long hike somewhere. All of the travel we did, it was in shuttle buses, in airports, on ferries. All of it except like one beach. This would have been way easier because it can just stay on the ground. I don't have to hold the whole weight of the thing the whole time. And even on that one beach where, you know, I guess the wheels on this would not have been suitable. A small suitcase, it's not very heavy, and it has this handle, so it would have been exactly the same as my travel backpack. So the question is, why do people choose a backpack over a suitcase when a suitcase is so much better? It's designed for traveling. Your things don't get crushed either because it's a hard shell. It's as light as the travel backpack. So there's almost no benefit to the backpack. The reason why people use a backpack instead of a suitcase is because they think it looks more adventurous. That's it. Because they want to be a backpacker. I've been all over Southeast Asia. A suitcase is perfectly capable. It's actually superior for traveling many of these places. It's not the 1970s anymore. They have airports and buses and trains and stuff. And all of these places, a suitcase is way better because you're going to be doing a lot of walking and queuing in places with smooth floors and often smooth roads as well. I mean, most places I went in China, I would take high-speed rail and then get on the metro and then walk from the metro to my hotel. All of that involved a lot of walking on smooth surfaces with my trusty suitcase. When I took this to Indonesia, I was doing a lot less walking because the public transport's not as good. So I was taking grab cars and shuttle buses everywhere. Suitcases are just better in most scenarios, especially when you're traveling between places. If you're in somewhere like an airport or a ferry or a bus terminal or just waiting for a taxi, you're going to be waiting in queues a lot. So it's much nicer to have your stuff on the ground than to have to carry it the entire time while you're standing in a queue. You're probably going to spend more times in queues than you will walking with your backpack. And the entire time you're in a queue with your backpack on, you'll probably be wishing it was on the ground. You might even take it off your back and put it on the ground. And then every time you move, you have to pick it up. It's so inconvenient, in fact. The group I was with, pretty much any time they could, it was mostly girls, which they had overpacked to the point where a backpack was not even practical anymore. They had like a 20-kilo backpack. That's ridiculous. But every airport we were in, every ferry, wherever there was an opportunity to take the backpack off and put it in a trolley and have one of the male tour guides push it, they did. And even worse now, I see a new trend of backpacks with wheels, which is ridiculous. It looks like it weighs about 2 tons. And it also looks very uncomfortable. This suitcase was so much more convenient. It's like they were designed for modern travel and airplanes. Much easier to pack and unpack. It's just as practical. It's almost just as easy to pick up and carry. But you have to use a small suitcase. A big one's not as practical. This I can pick up, carry, strap on the back of a motorbike, do whatever. All the things I could do with a backpack. And the reason for that is because it's small and I pack fairly light. In fact, I packed lighter in this. This has less space in it than my travel backpack. I almost forgot to mention, but if you're doing the kind of traveling where you're like doing overnight camping, like on a multi-day long hike, obviously you need a backpack for that. I've done that kind of stuff myself. But if you're on holiday, if you're doing a sightseeing tour, even like a, budget backpacker youth tour, if you're traveling anything other than a long, rough trail on foot, this is what you need. That's the point I'm trying to make here. It's just way easier. You probably already have one. You don't need to go and get a stupid backpack, a stupid travel backpack. It's easy to pack and unpack, compresses your stuff really well, and it also has a lock. It's absolute shit, but it's better than nothing. You can confidently leave this outside when you go to outside the toilet at the airport when you go pee. And if you are one of these backpackers, if you're like a budget traveler, if you're staying in hostels, this would be very useful. Because you know what kind of people stay in hostels? Broke young degenerates, which are exactly the kind of people I'd be worried about stealing my stuff. This stupid travel backpack, which I bought because I was stupid, I'm trying to get that point through to you now so you don't buy one of these. This would not be great on an overnight hike. For one thing, it's way too big. It's like this is a 70 litre. My hiking pack's only a 50. And this weighs about twice as much empty as my hiking pack. It's way too big this way. So like it's going to the load distribution's not great. It's going to pull you backwards. A hiking pack is going to be like a much thinner, longer shape, because the weight distribution on that's better. It also doesn't have many straps on the outside. The compression's not great. It doesn't have hip pockets or like a back pocket for like easy access to stuff while you're on the trail. This is for show. This is designed to be thrown on a conveyor belt and checked into a plane, and that's it. If you're doing anything other than like multi-day overnight hiking, get a suitcase.